Welcome back to a brand new review on Around the Geek for episode 4 of Moon Knight, The Tomb. I'm here, Terrell,
Sherelle Dominique.
and we're back again to give you another spoiler review on tonight's or the episode for episode 4. Let's just say, so what did you think about this episode? This is what, our third time watching this?
Yeah, it's my second time. Yeah. No, I like this episode. It leaves a lot to be seen for like the next episode. But I like this one. I think this one had a lot more action. It was a little bit more deep. It was like deeper, like getting into some of like the characters' backstories. Well, mainly Layla's backstory. Because in the last episode we saw that she was born in Egypt for the first time in 10 years. So she's back in Egypt now. And then you have Arthur kind of spilling some beans and some tea on, a lot of her background with her father. So this one got a little bit deep, but it was also interesting because, of course, Marc, Steven, they don't have their powers. They're not connected to Moon Knight or to Khonshu during this episode. So we just seeing them as regular people.
Yeah, just do not, like I said, that's what I'm here for. I'm here for the super heroics. You know what I mean? So like you said, this episode, this comes right off the break of, Khonshu disobeying the other gods and touching that sky again. And so they, we see him get imprisoned, or whatever. They put him in the stone and they imprison him or whatever. And now Marc and Steven no longer have the protection of Khonshu. That 4/5 voice in their head that's telling them what to do. Like you said, the action was pretty cool. I really love the Tomb Raider aspect of this.
Yeah.
But like the episode, a lot of this episode is so dark. Like, you can't see nothing.
Yeah.
I thought it was me the first time I saw it. I'm like, okay, no, this is a dark episode. Like from where it starts off and like they're outside and of course they're like in the desert. So you know what I mean? It's going to be dark. No, really no light.
Inside of pyramids and stuff. So yeah, right. It's dark. But, and it got a little creepy crawly moment too. Like it got like a little spooky in this episode.
You get the mummy running around or whatever it was, try to kill everybody. You just hear nothing but gunshots going off in the tomb, but you don't really see what it is until later on.
Right.
And this is where we start to get a little bit more of the supernatural in the show. We get the mummy that's running around, killing people, sacrificing. You can see the one guy get gutted out on the table and like he's taking out his organs and like throwing it into like the bowl.
Yeah.
One of the things I wanted to talk about. What did you think about the kiss between Layla and Steven? And like Layla was like, "Do I feel comfortable doing this?" Like it was really awkward.
It looks very awkward because she's like, "Well, I'm married to the body, and then I'm married to Marc. You're a part of Marc and you're a part of the body, but you're a completely different personality." And it was awkward. And then Steven's already extremely awkward, so he didn't help. But it was like, am I cheating on my husband? Well, technically it's not cheating because they were estranged. They were estranged for so long, so it's like it's not cheating. But then it's like it's still my husband. It's just not my husband.
It's like you even smell like him. Of course you would smell like him.
Yeah. It's just I just have a different personality than your husband, but we're in the same body physically, so right. It's weird, but it's like not weird. But of course Steven made it awkward. She made it awkward.
I just thought that was interesting just because like you see the look of hesitation on her face. Like she feels like she was doing something wrong. Like she didn't really go all in on that kiss. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like Marc. Steven obviously wanted to do it, but like she could tell like it felt wrong to her because like she kind of knew she was not taking advantage of him, like because he leaned in for it, but it wasn't her guy. You know what I mean? Like
it was like, yeah, and I get it because she's attracted to the body or the person, but once you put a different personality with the body, it's like because that can make or break a whole lot of things.
I really love how you frame this, like just attracted to the body, like you. Like you can be attracted to somebody's body, but not their personality. Like
Yeah, or you can, yeah, because or you can have the same body, but you're putting a different personality into
right.
it. But and then that changes your overall perception of the person. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does make sense. I'm really thinking to myself, like if I knew somebody and they had like a different personality,
Would you
but
still like them? You would probably still
right,
find them attractive, but you wouldn't kiss them. You know what I mean? Like it would be romantic, and then it would be like with the one personality, but with the other one, it's like a friendship.
right. Kind of thinking like if somebody had like a bipolar disorder, and like
Exactly.
one moment they just with bananas, and then like I still
Exactly.
thinking like that, like uh,
Yeah.
so like you said, we they did their thing last episode, turned back the sky so they could figure out exactly where this pyramid was, and at the cost of that, losing Khonshu. Would you think about like as far as like Uh, you know, obviously Mark and Khonshu have been together for a while. This has been something
Yeah.
he's been doing for a while. I didn't think they were actually going to do that. I thought they were joking. It was a bluff. But no, they were serious.
It was very true.
What do you think of the implications as far as like like losing Khonshu this early on in the show? This is like episode 4. We got 2 episodes left, but this is
Oh wow, yeah, we do, right? I mean, honestly, it's almost essentially like you losing a part of yourself. That's just like now that Mark and Steven are kind of like cohabitating together, or they're accepting the fact that they're in the same body.
right.
It's almost like them. It's almost will be like if one of them lost the other. So it's like a big part of who you are is gone. So it's going to feel like something's missing. Um, they didn't show a lot of that, of like the effects of it, and it could have been what we were seeing like in the end of the episode with him being in like the crazy house.
Right.
um so it could be a part of that, could be him, without having this being a part of who you are. So I don't know, I'm very interested to see what that whole scene is about. Nope. So yeah, I'm interested to see what the whole scene as far as um them being in the institution, and like what's happening with Arthur, and how did they get there? What is this? What's the symbolism behind them being there?
Now you mentioned before, like Haro kind of dropping the secrets to Layla about that whole situation, because we found out that Mark didn't kill her dad, but he knew who killed her dad.
Yeah, he
Didn't
was
say
scared.
anything. Right, and held on to it this whole time. And the reason why he even met Layla in the first place is because he was going to tell her and didn't have the heart to. So
Yeah,
I just thought that was crazy, like because early like episode 1 or 2, where he touches Mark and he reads his scales, he pretty much see everything that he did. He knew about his other lives, and obviously he knows more about Mark and Steven than they probably know, because probably reading them, he could probably see all of his lives, and you know what I mean, like about what was going on.
right.
I, I mean, obviously it doesn't matter now. I mean, he didn't lie; he just didn't say anything about it. But obviously that's going to put a bigger strain on their relationship. As far as like them working together going forward. And then of course, like they're looking for. Man, I cannot think of the guy's name. Ammit.
Hmm.
The epitaph, like that she's supposed to be concealed in.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So they can use that and I guess release her. I'm really interested to see what these other guys look like, because I feel like so far we've only gotten Khonshu, and I feel like I feel kind of cheated on that. Like maybe they'll show it later. Khonshu's the only god that we've seen so far, and everybody else has been through Avatar.
right. We haven't seen anyone other than the elephant now.
Uh, and we also, like I said, that same scene after the whole big reveal of Mark, trying to stop the guy that killed, Layla's dad and wound up getting killed in the process. A lot of theories is like that was when Khonshu first approached him and saved his life
Yeah,
when he got shot, and that's when that whole bond started. When Mark gets shot, obviously you think that'd be the end of the episode, but like you say, he wakes up in the crazy house, nut house, in a psych asylum, and we realize what seems to be somewhat in his head. This is either in his head or this is like the real world.
Right, and that's what we don't know. Because it would be trippy if it was the real world. And I think it could just be like him passing on in a sense, or like him phasing out, but then something always going to wake him up because he's not going to die. But it's crazy.
Well, he has to die because he doesn't have the protection of Khonshu anymore to help him, unless there's another god that's protecting him.
Well, that's what I was saying about the elephant. Apparently, that's like the god of fertility and something else.
Okay, I didn't even think it was like a hippopotamus, wasn't it?
Oh, was it a hippo or elephant?
Yeah, it was like a hippo.
It was a hippo.
About it, he did die holding the thing from the tomb.
Oh, he did have the relic. Yeah,
he didn't die. He got shot holding that. So I wonder if that will be the thing that brings him back next episode. But like you said, that was. But yeah, I'm looking at it now. It was definitely a hippo.
It was a hippo. Like an elephant.
Marc and Steven are able to like meet themselves inside of this mind world or wherever they are, and then you see them walk past a room with another casket that was like the one Steven was in. You think that was like another personality of this, like another version of themselves inside the tomb?
I thought it was going to be Layla.
Well, they showed Layla.
That's who I thought it was, but then no, it might be another personality because they said that there will be another one.
Right, they already hinted at it.
Another one, yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, that the hippo, not the elephant. The hippo is the Egyptian goddess of fertility and childbirth. So we got to figure out what her purpose is. Like, why is she here?
Oh, we're gonna figure that purpose out.
Yeah.
It's interesting too because like you see while they're in that room, where the kind of Mark was it Mark Grant? I think it was Mark Grant, like Mark's real last name.
Mm-hmm.
Like you see them showing like the video of like where the origin of like that personality.
Mark Scepter, and then Steven Grant.
Steven Grant. Why do you say Mark?
Yeah.
You said keep thinking like Mark Spector, like yeah. But we see like the video of like him, like the archaeologist. Like maybe that's like a tell as to where he potentially grabbed that personality from. And maybe Mark is the original. It would make sense for it to be, I guess.
It would make sense for him to be the original.
Like I said, obviously this has to be inside of his head for him to be able to see himself. But we clearly don't have any knowledge beyond this. Like we haven't seen any episodes beyond this. I'm hoping, obviously, the Khonshu comes back. I'm hearing a lot of people saying, next couple episodes is going to be the Ed episode. This is the one that's going to blow our mind. So I wonder if we're going to get any involvement from the rest of the world. Like we're going to see another MCU hero make an appearance or something like that. Maybe somebody. I can't think of who it would be.
Yeah. But I do know that if we think about it, like I was saying about how we're seeing these, we're going into a lot of essentially like religion in a way. We have like the Eternals with them being like the gods. Are they gods? They're celestial beings.
Yeah. The celestial.
And we have Egyptian gods, and then we have Thor, who's what's his religion called? I can't think of it.
He's an Asgardian. Like he's a.
Yeah, but it's a like how they have. So this is like Egyptian,
like Norse gods.
Yes, there we go. That's it right there. So they have the Norse, their mythology. So it's a lot of mythologies happening. So it's going to be someone that has been introduced from a spiritual or a religious or mythological background, because it wouldn't make sense for like a Hulk to be a part of something like this. It would be wouldn't make sense, or like a Spider-Man.
Right.
I don't think it'll be like a Doctor Strange either.
Doctor Strange makes sense, but I mean, it kind of can't because like where Doctor Strange kind of leads in directly after it. Yeah, like
yeah. So it's interesting. It might be some Shang-Chi. I don't know. It's gonna be something random that's
like,
going
it does lead into the mystical side though. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so it would make sense for one of those characters, either Shang-Chi.
has that, well, in a sense, like with them having like these portals and things like that, of being connected to different worlds. That could kind of make sense, but I don't know who else would be unless it is like a Thor, and that would be a big deal.
So yeah, that definitely makes sense, is to have one of those characters make an appearance in one of these episodes. But like I said, I mean, Steven, Marc, he's definitely not Marc. No, Marc and Steven. For them to be brought, like you said, they can't die. It's like 2 episodes left to see what happens. But I definitely want to see more of the other gods potentially make an appearance, or in these other episodes. Because like I said, so far it's really been focused in on Haro and him chasing after this whatever Ammit, trying to bring her back. So hope to see what happens there.
And I'm sure she'll probably, or that being will probably make an appearance, because that's what we're here for. So I think Arthur may be successful in bringing her back, and then that's where Marc, Steven, and Khonshu have to stop her, put her back, to sleep or whatever. And maybe that's where all of the other gods will become involved in helping them put her back to rest.
Right. I mean, it should be interesting, but
it's definitely going to be interesting. It's a very cool show. It's very, educational in a sense. Like, you're going to learn some things from it. And I think that's just kind of something that Marvel does well, with educating people on their idea.
Notice they always intentionally have these shows lead up into like a movie or another big project, because this movie leads directly into what it ends when Strange comes out.
Right.
So like that same week.
Thor coming out in the summer in July.
What was that?
Thor.
Oh yeah, Thor comes out July. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it'll come out so soon.
Right. Yeah, and I'm not even going to get into that one, but so it could be leading into Doctor Strange. It could be leading into maybe one of the new shows that are coming out on Disney Plus.
I'm gonna go ahead and say Strange. I'm gonna call it right now. I'm gonna say something that's gonna lead into Doctor Strange, just because like it's involving the mystical side of things. Like I said, like with the gods and everything else. So we'll see.
It could be leading into maybe some Black Panther.
Man, I ain't got no hopes for Black Panther, but
you don't have hopes? Well, that's how I feel about Thor. I'm not going to get into it, but
this is the Moon Knight.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, like I said, a pretty good episode. I thoroughly enjoyed it from start to finish. I can't wait to get into 5, because like I said, this is new territory for me and you. We have not seen
it.
So this next episode will definitely be, not that we haven't been surprised, but like this will be new content for us to talk about. So I'm definitely excited to get into whatever episode 5 is going to be.
Yep, we're going in blindly.
Anything else you have to say about the episode?
No, I thought it was pretty good. I'm ready to see what's happening next, so I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited.
So it's been episode 4 of the Tomb for Moon Knight. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Leave a comment. Again, this was Sherelle.
Sherelle.
And we are out.
Bye.